The topic of this video is going to be about self-love. While writing in my journal, I was thinking about how I was getting more in touch with the masculine aspect of myself and learning how to balance out the feminine masculine energies within me. And it was ironic because I was also looking at a picture I had posted where my arms looked more defined, and I was aware of that. And I thought it was funny because I've always been like physically very muscular and toned, but I wasn't always accepting of that. There was a time where I was completely uncomfortable in my body, from my hands to my feet. I rarely wore open toe shoes. I thought my hands were too big. I thought my feet were too fat, and I thought I was too muscular. I always wanted to be more feminine like other women, and I sort of envied their feminine bodies and how small their arms looked, and skinny and small their hands and feet were. And I was like, man, I look so manly. And I didn't, it's like I knew that at a certain point, but I kind of just forgot about it because I've been on this journey of just getting to know myself and stepping into self-love. So I just forgot about it until a couple weeks ago at the Healing the Heart Space retreat. Shout out to the family. And if you have the opportunity to go to that, definitely take it. Jay English, can't even talk. Jay English and Jason Harrison are the conductors. So, find them on social media. And Healing the Heart Space retreat is an amazing experience and something you should definitely see for yourself. But so yeah, during that retreat, I had a tarot card reading done by the beautiful Catherine Aduni, and she was so thorough and accurate. And one thing she asked me during that reading, she was like, "Are you trying to be more feminine?" And at the time, I was like, "Huh?" Like, no. Consciously, I was just like, "I don't think I am." But I felt something conjure up in here, but consciously I was just like, I don't feel like I'm trying to be more feminine. So a couple weeks passed, and I'm realizing I've gotten more in touch with the masculine aspect of myself and how I've always like been muscular. And then like it all just came up in this moment of writing in my journal. And I was like, wow, I used to be so insecure about my body. Like for years, I wasn't accepting of being muscular. I hated it. I wanted to be more feminine. And then that's when that connection happened. I was like, oh, that's what she picked up on during that reading when she asked me if I was trying to be more feminine. It brought back, that insecurity that I had for years about wanting to be more physically feminine, and I always thought I looked like a man and I was just too muscular and too strong. A lot of that, those uncomfortable feelings that I held about myself, and I was not comfortable in my own body. But through self-love, I have been able to let that go and just be comfortable with myself. In this video, I just want to share some tips that helped me through the self-love process. So I'm just going to share some self-love tips. First thing, you can fake it till you make it. I've heard that a lot. People say fake your confidence, fake it till you make it. However, pair that with being honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself first. Be real with yourself. So if you're presented with a situation where the truth of your confidence needs to be shown, you have that to stand on. It's real for you, and it's not just something you're faking. So you can fake it till you make it, but first be open and honest with how you really feel about yourself, and then build up on that. Tip number 2, change your focus. If you're constantly on social media looking at all of these women's nice bodies, or even a man, if you're looking at these people who you want to be, and you're just more focused on that, then that's how you're keeping that program up. So learn how to change your focus. And what else did I write? Yeah, and try not to feed so much into like the media and social media, like, because it's all programming. And with the media, there is this programming, that there's only one standard of beauty, physical beauty, and in order to sell products, essentially. But just learn how to stray away from the TV or social media, certain things that may make you feel down about your body, or that you need to look a certain way. Change your focus. And when you change your focus, learn how to reprogram your mind and create your own standard of beauty. That's my tip number 3. So take away from the beauty that you thought you knew or that you were taught, and learn how to spend more time with yourself and create your own standard of beauty. Basically, get to know yourself beyond the surface. And that helped me so much, through yoga. That allowed me to get to know myself beyond the surface. And I really just created, and I found my own light within, and I found my own beauty, not what I was told or not what I was programmed to think how a woman should look. I kind of just changed my focus, spent more time with myself, got to know myself beyond the surface, and just created my own standard of beauty. So yeah, learn how to spend time with yourself. That's a huge self-love tip. Learn how to spend time with yourself. Take yourself on dates. I've seen people give that advice, and I've taken that advice. Just learn how to enjoy your own company. And I've always loved being alone and spending time with myself, so that wasn't too hard for me to transition into. So, spend some time with yourself. Do things that you love. Engage in things that you love. I would go rollerblading at the park. Dancing, do things that'll get you into your body. If you do suffer from some type of body, not suffer, but if you have some type of body issues or insecurities, dance and do things, just spend more time with yourself. Get to know yourself beyond the surface, and don't feed too much into other people's programming about how you should look, how you should be. So, spend some time with yourself, develop that self-love, get to know yourself, and that will really help you on your journey. And it is a process. Be patient with yourself. You're not going to just, be different overnight. It's a process. Like, I really started in 2014, I want to say, stepping into self-love for real. And it's 2016 and I'm still growing and learning, but I'm definitely a lot more confident now than I used to be, because I would not be making this video. So that is really a reflection of how much I've grown and just how much I've stepped into self-love. And it's a continuous thing. It's not something that just happens and leaves. It's something you have to keep building up on. It's your foundation. What's another one? Yeah, I said develop a self-love ritual, and that goes back to getting into things that you enjoy. If you like to write, like I love to write, so I have journals on deck. Like I'm constantly writing in my journal, expressing myself and doing yoga, getting into meditation, going beyond the surface. I love to dance. I will go out just to dance. Like, that is the main reason I go anywhere with music, is really to just dance and enjoy myself. And if that's what interests you, do that, but find something that you really enjoy and engage in that. Make it a ritual. And learn how to take care of yourself and be gentle with yourself, and really just learn how to be your own parent. Learn how to be a mother and father to yourself. When you go through those tough times, keep that love. Don't bash yourself so much. You can be honest with yourself, but don't put yourself down, to a low point. Learn how to, love yourself through the hard times in life. And I said, number 5, compliment yourself. Look in the mirror and be like, girl, I love you. Man, I love you. Something like, talk to yourself. Look yourself in the eyes. And when you first do it, if you've never done it, it's really weird. It's really weird. I remember I did it in front of my friend, and she was just like, that's weird. And I was like, yeah, and doing it in front of her was a little weird too, but it helped me. It was me building my confidence. So look yourself in the eyes, tell yourself that you love yourself, learn how to interact with yourself. And a lot of people, we don't do that too often, and it's weird to tell yourself that you love yourself, but it should definitely be something that you make normal. Develop that into a ritual. So those are just a few tips that have helped me along my journey of self-love. And if you know yourself and you know what you're interested in, change your focus, develop that ritual, engage in things that make you feel good, that bring you joy and laughter, and that you love. And be patient. Definitely just be patient with yourself. It is a process. I'm telling y'all, it ain't no fast food delivery thing. You know, it's a journey. It's a journey, and you continue to build up on that, and that is your foundation that you have. So whenever you go through some hard times or you need to learn a lesson, you have that self-love to fall back on. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share. You know, take the information, do what you will with it, and have a beautiful day. Peace.